Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball HTB. Hope you guys are well. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Yes, this is the game that I'll definitely try to avoid talking about. No, it's the Storm who host the Warriors over in Victoria, Melbourne, Monday night, ANZAC round. Yeah, look, it's one of those games where I dread being a Warriors fan. It is what it is, right? We haven't even beaten the Storm since 2014, and I'll tell you a quick story. In 2014, I was actually with a friend of mine, and we actually went to a pub, over in the cold streets of the North Shore in Takapuna, and we watched the Warriors play the Storm there. And he's a Storm supporter. I was Warriors, and obviously we won that game. But had I known if I'd known that the Warriors wouldn't have won anything since then, I wouldn't have. I actually would have probably celebrated a lot harder than what I did. But in saying that, it is what it is. Now, in saying that, get to the intro. Alright guys, here we go. Storm against the Warriors. Look, the Warriors, obviously we lost our prior games to the Roosters. And we're coming to this game here hoping and eager, right? We'll have to wait and see. But in saying that, I want to go through the squads. I want to go for the strengths and weaknesses, top 5 players to look for either team. And then I want to give you guys a rundown of my predictions and conclusions. Sweet, get into it. Back is Reece Walsh. The wings, you have Dalen Watson and Selesnik, as well as Edward Gossi. And the centres, Jesse Arthur, as well as Adam Pompey. The halves are Shanaris Tavita, as well as Sean Johnson. The props are Adam Blake, as well as Matt Lodge, who returns. And the hooker is Wade Egan. The second rows are Ewan Aitken as well as Bailey Sirinen, and the lock, Josh Curran. The bench sees Nikorima Arfor, Bennett as well as Katoa. And the reserves are Tevaga, who returns, Vailea, Berry, Gepu, and Ratuva, as well as Garrett Smith and Otugolo. Quickly on Garrett Smith, as I mentioned before, he was that player who actually played in the trial match against the Storm. He scored the try. He's a solid player. I think very good. Queensland as well. Queensland, a good player. I'd select him personally. Obviously, it's a 2-year sort of replace him with, but I'm not too sure there. But I'd like to see him play. That's just my little throw over the ring there. And the likes of Lingi Kepo as well, who I mentioned. Devanga is good. It's back. He's back. Sorry. I would personally swap him for Nikorima. Personally, I'll put him up there. But look, in the squad, obviously we've got Lodge as well as Adam Blake there. With Lodge returning, it's good. He brings much added value to our attacking game, particularly in the forwards. But it's good to see the spine there. The likes of Walsh, Shanaris Tavita, Johnson, as well as Wade Egan. Again, another game where we can practice and play, so it's good for us. Side note as well, Sean Johnson, I believe, is the only player. But Sean Johnson is the only player to actually be in the Warriors right now who's been the Storm. So that's it. The last time, he's the only one. I think I'll go with the weaknesses first. With the Warriors, errors, right? Handling errors. Penalties, again, maybe even, kicking options to a degree. I reckon we just need to clean them up very well, I think, because the Storm are a team that will punish us. End of story. I don't think I need to talk too much about the Storm, right? Like in regards to what they can do to us. History shows it hasn't been kind. Like I said, 2014 was the last time we actually beat them. So again, look at what's happening there to now. We need to clean it up if we're any chance, and I think even our completion rates too. Now, strength, defense. I think we've done well defensively. It's a huge credit to us to actually be able to lose to a team like the Roosters, controversy aside, to lose them by 8 points, knowing what they can do to you on their good day is a good thing for us. Now, obviously, Storm are a different team, offensively. I'll argue and say they're better. They've got options from left to right to center to back to lock. They can do whatever they want. So, again, it's about trying to mitigate that as best we can. But again, I think our defense can. And another thing as well that I think is a strength for us is our stamina. We're a fit team. And I reckon that we can use that to help us going forward. And just quickly as well, remembering with our weaknesses is our forward hit-ups. Like in terms of our overall meters as forward, it's actually not great. It's actually pretty poor. So again, trying to rectify that. But in terms of strengths, like I said, we've got fitness, we've got the defense. And look, the experience of Sean Johnson, I think, is 1-2. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. We've got our top 5 to pick. Now, I want to go with the Storm first and then the Warriors. So Pappenhuisen is one. Electric, right? There's no other way to describe him. We can talk about his defensive deficiencies, but overall, I think Storm do well to rectify that and, if anything, disguise it. and he'll be looking to score a few meat pies against us. That's the reality, and one to watch. So another two is Munster as well as Hughes. What do I need to say about these guys that hasn't been said already via media and or with other podcasters? Good players. Munster as well has been sensational as of late. Hughes as well. These guys work so well in tangent, whether it's try assists, defense, scoring tries, running, line breaks, line break assists, kicking meters, 42, just whatever. They're so brilliant at it. And again, will be a pair to watch for sure. Another one as well is Harry Grant. Now, in terms of just being an overall good hooker, he's one. But in terms of one that has offensive as well as defense, he's the other one as well. He has all the tricks that up his sleeve that I'm sure other fans would be looking at admirably from different clubs. We support our different clubs, but look, Harry Grant, we got to understand he's definitely a top echelon hooker and one to look out for again. Last but not least as well, Brandon Smith. That is right, hectic cheese as we all know him as. Yeah, look, him coming off the bench just works so well. He works well with Pappenhuisen as well as Munster, Hughes, and as a hooker himself, or even lock, or even prop. He does it all. He's going to be one to watch out for, I think, coming off the bench. He usually has a good game against us, so I think this game here will be no different unless we can rectify that. Now, with the Warriors, I've got Reece Walsh. I've penciled him in. We all know what he can do. We all know what Walshy Baby can do offensively. I think he's their spark there. And let's remember, on his debut game against the Storm, he set up 2 tries for us. So, again, I want to see him more involved in that regard. I know that Johnson is steering the ship, but I mean, hey, again, Reece Walsh as well. He needs to be implemented more offensively, I think, anyway, in whatever facet, whether it's off Adam or Blake, off Sean Johnson, or just doing some ad-lib stuff like he did last week, but he needs to be in there. And I've also penciled in Sean Johnson, again, the leader, the most experienced one, the last one to experience a win over the Storm in the Warriors jersey. His kicking game is going to be so vital. I think more vital now than ever before. You have a team like the Storm who can actually punish us if we don't do the right things. Literally, I almost feel like whatever we're bad at, they're good at, and then some, right? We're going to have to look for his just leadership, overall leadership experience, the kicking game, just directing us all over the park. It has to be on point. He was disappointed with his play last week. Can he rectify it? Can he make up for it? Those are the things I'm looking out for. Adam Blake as well as Matt Lodge, those two I've penciled in. Look, in terms of go forward, they're going to be the answer, right? In terms of them muscling up against Bromwich as well as Nelson Asofa Solomona, these are our answers. They need to be the ones who set the standard for us, lay the platform, so to speak. Again, cliche, but it is what it is. For the likes of, Arthurs, the likes of, Reece Walsh, the likes of, Johnson. Again, just players there in general. They need to lay the platform. And hopefully in doing that, you got the likes of, Gator, Aitken, Cernan, who can sort of also feed off that as well. And not to mention the last person, Josh Curran. That's right. King Curran, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT. Absolutely love. I love Josh Curran. But yes, he's one to watch out for as well for us. In terms of offensive capability, he's got it defensively as well, on point, on song. Again, it's going to be a big game for him. I might actually even argue and say that he's one to watch out for the most out of any of the names I've named. This is a big game for him, a big opportunity for him. So, we'll have to wait and see. But I think Josh Curran is one to watch, absolutely. Go into the predictions now. Look, what do you say? Especially when I think a lot of us, whether you follow the Storm or the Warriors or even whatever, like you just know that this game is probably going to go one way. So I want to try and best describe it in a way that, I suppose doesn't really get to that point, but it does somehow. Look, for me, straight away, Storm win this game. I don't think there's any two ways about it. I don't think the Warriors have done enough to show that they can beat them. However, in saying that, stranger things have happened, but whether it happens then, I do not know. Look, however, I think it'll be a tight affair. I think I'll give that to the Warriors. I think defensively we'll be able to muscle up against them. I don't think it'll be a drumming per se, but I think we do enough, right, just to hang in there and, something to be proud of, I think, anyway. I think the score will be Roosters. I think the score will be Storm, 24, Warriors 14, like something like that. 10 points or less, I reckon, is probably the way to go. Anytime try score, I think you got Xavier Coates for the Storm, and I think for the Warriors, I think I might even go with Edifon or Blake for a meat pie there. But again, look, I really want to see this as a win, and I hope I am proven wrong. but I just feel like the Storm are just too strong. They've got definite higher ambitions than we do. You know, they're talking about premiership. We're talking about just trying to make the 8. This is probably not the best team to try and have a strike game against, but in saying that, I would love for the boys to. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, Storm to win for me. Vision of this, well, yeah, look, like I said, the Warriors, unfortunately, we lost against the Roosters there. But we come against a team that has the wood over us. End of story. Storm, they're on the up. There's no two ways about it. I'm not going to sit there and praise them too much, but they're a good team. They have our number. It's about us and how we can rectify it. How can we at least be in the game? I think that's the reality, right? How can we be in the game at least for the full 80? Trying to, not commit errors, just play a good, solid game of league against them. Those are the sort of things. But yeah, look, in saying that, final sort of words with the Warriors, all you can do is just put in your best footy, try to nullify the errors, but just do the best you can, right? Because the Storm are just going to be there. Look, in saying that, give me your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the game? It would be great. Tell me, am I right? Am I wrong in some of the predictions there? Who are your players to look out for? Yeah. Anyway, this I don't like this one, to be honest with you guys. I don't really like. Yeah. I want the boys to win, and I'm hoping they do. But this is just Anyway, look. In saying that, go the Warriors. Take it easy. See you guys next time. Just remember, hold the ball.